G'day. Oh, I forgot I have the Odachi. 'Cause I accidentally sold my twin swords. Oh, they can summon those little floating skull things. Hell no. Still no dual swords. Oh shit. Whoa, the reach on that is fucking crazy, man. Dude, these things are actually the worst enemy in the game. I find them incredibly annoying to fight. Yeah, the birds are strong, but I feel like they're more engaging to fight, I guess. I don't know. Those big guys with the tongues just feel like really annoying, you know? Like the way the fight flows just sucks. Can't dodge him. You did a lot of Neo too. Yeah, Odachi's good, but it's too like slow and too key consuming. Like it leaves you open in a game where you need to be like on top of uh key management. which is easier in Neo too, but in this game it feels way more punishing. Like, key management is way more punishing in this game. If you don't manage it properly. Do you feel like death? I always prefer, like, using, you know, dex weapons where I can get more hits in between and still be able to react to things. I always play better with that. Just suits my playstyle. Why did I even bother buffing? What the fuck? His AI is broken? Yeah, I added a few 7TV emotes. I didn't realize we have so many slots at the moment. I haven't checked 7TV in ages. So I got on there today and saw that I'm still, like, modding for channels that I don't want to mod or, like, edit. Oh! I didn't know they had the Dark Souls fucking Torch Hollow combo of bullshit. Took me like 20 minutes to figure out how the fuck to unmod myself. You moved 90. Oh, I really see. Ooh! It's 2 wheels. Yeah, you can... I was like... It's very confusing. You have to, like, go to your channel and then go to editors. No, sorry, that's wrong. You go into your settings, actually. Like, you click on, like, the settings cog. Apparently, they never used to have that option. And then you can go into, like, an editors tab. Oh. No, wrong one. Shit. What the fuck? Oh! I can't do. I'm stuck in the fucking wall, man. I've actually never fought one of these yet in Neo 1, because I've always got it right somehow. Standing too close, was I? I thought I just used it too quickly. After the first emote. Oh! Piece of shit. Downtown. Downtown. What you see is what you get, go. Don't ever forget, go. Ali Oxenfree. Hello. Oh, I got dual katana. And they're white. Oh well, they get the job done. What you see is what you get, girl. Don't ever forget, girl. What do you mean, what is this music? This is Macklemore. Educate yourself. Huh? Ah, they're slowing me down. You wanna use magic? I'll use magic. Macklemore has some straight bangers. It's a vibe. Half my playlist is like nostalgic 2010s music. Shit. Wait, what is the difference between quick attack and low stance? Dude, this mission is full of yokai. Ah! Where'd the bird go? Oh lord, there he is. The fuck? Fucking crystal. There's a purple up there. I picked it up. Okay. It's one of those bullshit side missions where it's just an insane boss. Where you're supposed to return to it later. Ugh. Well, fuck me. Woo. What the fuck? Oh. I accidentally summoned someone, did I? Why aren't you staggering, bro? Okay. He had no key, and he wasn't staggering. Very fair. What's up, Artorias? Yeah, it's going good. I'm just like super tired all the time, you know? I've been like having a nap every day. Otherwise I'd be streaming like earlier in the day, but I'm just too tired. At least half of his attacks just fucking miss. Because he's too big. Didn't belly flop this time. Oh, I thought that would miss. I'm surprised that hit me. I mean, usually if I stand on his back foot like that, it's easy to strafe around. Maybe an elevation issue. Yeah, I know. I know why I'm tired. It's just annoying. Because I feel like I'm wasting half my holidays, but I mean, that's why I took time off, to recover. But I just wish I could be more productive. I have been, like, watching stuff in my... like, while I'm offline, like... watched a few movies and... getting back into anime and stuff. I always used to watch a bunch, like, binge watch anime over my Christmas holidays in high school. So it's reminding me of that. When I had, like, you know, a bunch of time off. But I'm catching up on My Hero Academia before the finale. I'm like a quarter of the way through season 7, like the second latest season. I watched like the recap. They have like a recap season, which I'm sure a lot of people hated, but it's actually kind of good for me to like refresh my memory on the story, because it's been like been like a couple years since I watched, I think. I used to be super into My Hero Academia. And like watching those recaps reminded me of some of the really hype fights. Like, that anime is full of like hype fights. But yeah, I can see why it went downhill, like... There's such a huge, like, pacing issue in the anime, like... Yeah, around, like, season 6, or, like, at the end of season 6, it's, like, this insanely slow burn to get to the final battle. And they keep saying, like, oh, the final fight is coming! And then, like, it just doesn't fucking come. Like, there's just delay after delay. And they're like, oh, we need to get ready for the final battle, and then it just doesn't fucking happen, you know what I mean? It just keeps dragging on. That's where it lost a lot of its hype, I think. But I also, like, I just don't... The thing that, like, made me lose hype as well is, like, I really don't care about, like, All For One as a villain. I think he's one of the most boring villains ever. Like, Shigaraki is an okay villain. He's far from a good villain, though. Like, just in general, like, I think a lot of the previous villains were way more interesting, actually. But the whole, like, yeah, League of Villains sucks, besides, like, maybe Derby, you know, the Todoroki storyline is kind of interesting to me, like, I really like Endeavor's redemption arc, like, that interests me. I love redemption arcs. But, like, yeah, Shigaraki as a villain really sucks. Like, you can't even, like... You can't even really, like, empathize with him. Like, it's just stupid, you know what I mean? His villain story just feels stupid. And so does All For One. All For One is such a shit villain. And I really don't like One For All as a quirk. Especially like when Deku is able to use like everyone's quirk. And he becomes like this jack of all trades. I really didn't like that. Because he just becomes an absolute arsepull character where like the story just kind of adapts to Deku. If that makes sense. To his needs. He doesn't really have to work for it the way that some of the other characters work for it, like Bakugo, for example. You can see, like, Bakugo goes through, like, serious, like, training on his own. Like, he's like the Vegeta of the series that really makes you root for him. Vegeta was always by far my favorite character in Dragon Ball Z, and Bakugo is clearly inspired by him. Yeah, like, Deku just having power handed to him, especially, you know, when it's all, you see, like, all the other, like, One For All users, like, literally just give him their quirks. That even, like, just hammers it even further, like, how shitty that is, you know. You kind of stop caring about Deku as the main character at that point. Like, he's a decent MC. Especially, like, earlier on, you know, in the series where you really root for him. Like, I really liked him in the first few seasons. But yeah, you just kind of stop caring as much, I feel like, towards the end. Like, I'm more interested in the other characters. Oh my god. I'm not even paying attention to what I'm doing. I'm surprised I lasted that long. I am not into One Piece, unfortunately. I'm gonna try again to get into it, because I know it's like a beloved series. It's just, it didn't hook me, man. I've tried a few times. Crazy, thank you so much for the 18. Welcome back. Enjoy the new sub badge. Look at that blue sub badge. I really appreciate the long-term support. Hope you're doing well.
Sekiro, hi Sekiro love.
Yeah, it's something I've been thinking about lately, like, oh man, I should try getting back into One Piece, but then I just remember, like, how, you know, it didn't hook me after a reasonable amount of time. Like, I got, like, 90 episodes in. And, you know, some people literally will be like, yeah, it doesn't get good until, like, 400 episodes or something, and it's like, that's not a reasonable amount of time for me to invest in a show. If it just isn't hooking me enough to want to click, like, next episode. You know, because like every other anime I get into, like I want to watch the next episode. I want to find out what happens next. And it's usually like at a pretty good pace. Where shit is just like happening and you're like, oh shit. And it just flows. Literally, I know people who said like they didn't like the anime until like 400 episodes in. And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like... For, like, I would have to be, like, watching it in the background or something for me to even get that far. Like, because it just, otherwise it feels like a giant waste of time to me right now. There's so many other things that I gotta do, or that I want to do. So it's, like, at the bottom of my list of, like, priorities. If it's not really engaging. It's something I'd watch if I was playing, like, RuneScape or something, you know? Like, I can just switch my brain off and watch it. It's like a comfort thing. But I like watching shows that are like super engaging, you know? I should revive this guy. So we can take aggro. Okay, he's doing a shit job at taking aggro. How does aggro work in Neo again? Like, does it go for whoever's dealing the most damage? I swear there was like a pattern to it. Gets good after 800 episodes, yeah. Like, I'm sure, dude, like, I'm sure I would fall in love with One Piece if I got, invested enough in it. Like, I can totally see how, like, people love it because it's so vast. You know what I mean? Like, of course, if you invest a lot of time into something, it's gonna become, like, a comfort thing to you. And you're so invested in it, like... It becomes, like, part of your life. Like, that's how I was with, like, Naruto. Except Naruto actually had a grasp on me, like, very early on. And, you know what I mean? Like, from the first arc. Even the first episode of Naruto, I was like, holy shit. You know what I mean? Like, where he, like, steals the Forbidden Scroll and he learns, like, Kagebunshin no Jutsu. And, like, Iruka protects him from that dude. And you're like, oh, this is interesting. And then the next episode, you've got, like, he meets, like, Kakashi and, like, Team 7. And then, you know, they're doing Kakashi's test and stuff like that. And you're like, oh shit, this is interesting. And then straight after that, you've got, like, the Land of the Waves arc, which was straight away really interesting. Like, they're going on, like, an fucking S-rank mission. Or they thought it was, like, what, like a D-rank mission? And they end up fighting, one of the 7 swordsmen of the mist, and you're like, oh shit, like the stakes are like super high. Like Naruto and Sasuke almost fucking die. Kakashi almost dies, like, on their first fucking mission. And you're like... And that was, like, already, like, very, like, emotional. I remember, like, that's what Naruto does so well, is, like, the psychology and the emotion that it evokes is so good. You know, with, like, Zabuza and Haku. And then straight after that, you jump straight into the Chunin exams, which is like the greatest arc of all time. So of course, like that absolutely has you in a chokehold in Naruto. Like you just fall in love with the world, and like the Chunin exams is a masterclass in world building and character development. I've never seen, actually to this day, I don't think I've seen a show that like develops all of its main cast of characters as masterfully as the Chunin exams. And I'm talking like the entire like Konoha 12 plus the Sand siblings and everything, like, you know what I mean? You got Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, Ino, Shikamaru, Choji, Rock Lee, Neji, Tenten, Hinata, Shino, Kiba, and then you've got like all the other teachers and shit that are like interesting, you know? Like Might Guy, Kakashi, Kurenai. They introduced Orochimaru on top of all that. You've got like like Orochimaru fighting the third Hokage. You got like this the what's his name? The Sand Kage. What's it? What I forget what the Sand Kage is called in Japanese. Yeah, you've got Gaara, like the Sand siblings, Gaara, Tamari, Kankuro. There's so much shit going on, and like they develop every character very well and like give you a good showcase of their abilities. You get to see the characters fight each other. It's so fucking good. Like it's probably the most, from what I know, it's like widely regarded as like the most influential tournament arc in history. You know, like you see so many anime that are influenced by that. I'm sure like Naruto was influenced by like Hunter x Hunter and like Yu Yu Hakusho and shit like that, but Naruto did it so goddamn well. Sound energetic? I'm actually like super tired today, but glad you think so.
元忠殿は我らにケリーメから家康様をお守りするよう命じられた。殿のおられる駿河へはわしら忍びだけが知る早道がある。我が父祖の地である伊賀を越えて参ろう。ウィリアムよ、ケリーを追わねばならぬはお主とて同じ。共に。
And yeah, like in that arc, it also, like I said, it introduces all the other villages too. So you're like, holy shit, like how big is this world? You know, you got Shinobi coming from different villages into this Chunin exam. Like you had like the Sound Ninja and shit, like you had the Sand Village. Just a lot of shit going on. Learning about all the different types of jutsu. What's up, Dumbledore? Yeah, Naruto Part 1 is goated. Yeah, I've heard of One Piece, but I have like this deep fear of like missing like content or like media. Like when I'm watching something, I like it's important to me that I consume like every little detail. Like that's another thing with One Piece is like it can feel a bit overwhelming with how vast it is. Even though I've watched plenty of, you know, I've watched the entirety of Naruto and Shippuden, with all the fillers and everything, every movie, played every game, which is a lot. Like, Naruto in total has like 700 plus episodes. But, yeah, like I said, I need to be like invested enough to want to keep going with One Piece. And like, when I watch stuff, dude, I watch like entire animes like on my phone. I don't know if this is like an ADHD thing, but I don't know about you guys, but I constantly rewind shows. Like, just to make sure I don't miss stuff. Like, I'll even if I feel like I didn't read the line properly, like, and I watch in Japanese, English sub, I always rewind to read the line again or to, like, watch the scene. I do it so much, it's weird. Like, it can take me longer than usual to finish an episode. Which I'm sure wouldn't be an issue in One Piece, considering how fucking slow it is. But some anime, like, adapt, you know, quite a lot into one episode where they're kind of faster paced, there's more going on, there's more dialogue. And same with like reading manga. Like I'm so slow at reading manga because I just like I spend so long like hyper focusing on each panel and like taking in all the details and the dialogue. Yeah, I'm glad that One Piece is going seasonal. I think it totally needs it, and I think that's going to bring in a lot more fans. I think that's going to really encourage people to catch up to the anime. Because like I said, I think one of the huge reasons most people don't want to watch it is like, they feel like they're never going to catch up, because it's a weekly anime. If it becomes seasonal, then a lot more people will feel like they can catch up. And it won't be as overwhelming. That's what I like with like My Hero, for example. Like, I haven't watched it in like a couple years, but I know it's seasonal. So it won't take me that long to catch up. I've only got like 30 episodes to watch, which I can watch in a day. Yeah, I've already watched like 90 episodes of One Piece. I've attempted to watch it like 4 times. But it's just never hooked me the way that my other faves have. Like, Naruto hooked me episode 1, Bleach hooked me episode 1, Attack on Titan hooked me episode 1, all my top ones. I was like, holy shit. I feel like Bleach has such a good, like, episode 1 as well, I feel like. It's very... Bleach does atmosphere so well. It's a good hook. Bleach had me asking so many questions, and like, it was very unpredictable. Demon Slayer? No, Demon Slayer is a show where I feel like I've seen this show like 100 times before. It's very cookie cutter. Demon Slayer is also like heavily inspired by Bleach, but nowhere near his peak. Like, Demon Slayer is very pretty to watch. Like, that's why I like watching it. The music is 10 out of 10. The, ufotable After Effects are very pretty, and, like, the fight scenes are nice, but... this story does not have me. I do not care. Like, yeah, there's some cute, wholesome moments. But the writing, I gotta say, I just do not care for it. I don't... It doesn't have me opening wiki pages or like reading the manga. Where Bleach, Naruto, Attack on Titan, all that had me reading the manga because I needed to know. That shit was peak. And also just the manga of all of those was also very beautiful. Like, legendary mangaka who wrote those. Demon Slayer manga looks like A toddler drew it. Bury the light. This is one of my most listened songs this year. I need to get back into Hunter x Hunter. I never finished it. I did like it though, like I enjoyed it. You know, it's your typical shonen, but it didn't like hook me as heavily as like Naruto did and stuff. I'd say it's probably because like Hunter x Hunter is very good with its like power system and stuff, but the characters weren't as interesting to me. Like it didn't have this like vast roster of characters that you know, like Naruto. But it does power systems and battle scenes very well. Byakuya? Yeah. That's what, like, Bleach does as well really good, is, a lot of the characters are grey. I mean, right to the end, you know, the Shinigami aren't really villains, nor are they really the good guys. There's, like, a lot of different factions involved, and it makes you question, like, who's right or wrong, you know. The Hollows, the Shinigami, the Quincy's, and all that. And then, but the typical anime, like, befriending your foes. Okay. Cast aside, there's no going home. Oh! I forgot they can do that. Drifting in the ocean all alone. Can't continue Shippuden. Yeah, if you can't stand like fillers and stuff, just watch. I would just skip the fillers, but I enjoyed like, I don't know, the entirety of Naruto. Fillers get bad towards the end, especially, like, Infinite Filiyomi. But... Just finished playing some Arc Raiders. How do you like that? I haven't played that yet. Don't really, I don't know. It's hard to find time to play like multiplayer games when like I can never really find time to line up my schedule with friends. It does look interesting though. I keep seeing clips of it on Insta. Sasuke and Itachi story is your favorite thing. Yeah, they do have a great story. JJK is great. If you want to watch like a modern anime, JJK is the way. JJK is also like heavily inspired by Bleach as well. It's very Bleach-esque. I've not seen Monster. The old Gote 13. Yeah, they're pretty dark. Yeah, Bleach has had a huge influence. Love to see that. Like I said, I feel like Kubo is an actual legendary mangaka. He has such good, such a unique art style, like character design, fashion sense, and just like in general, he's like a really great person. He always has just the best takes. Yeah, he has such a unique art style. It's such a pleasure to look at his drawings. Whatever happens to Burn the Witch? Is that still ongoing? It's apparently supposed to be in the same universe as Bleach. Set after the events of Bleach. Murder mystery. I see. Four chapters. Didn't they make a Burn the Witch anime? What is on my map? The fuck? It makes you wonder when we'll get like another show as big and influential as you know, like Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, Dragon Ball Z. I mean, My Hero Academia is probably like the latest kind of bigger, you know, longer running ones. But that, even that is like, that draws a lot of inspiration, you know, from Naruto and stuff like that. Where it feels like, you know, Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece really, like, kind of set their own paths and made their own mark. Obviously, like, they all had, like, inspiration from Dragon Ball Z and stuff before them, but nothing feels as original anymore, you know what I mean? I keep saying that, and it's like that in video games too. Like, everything I consume now just feels like I've seen it or played it or read it like 100 times before. There's nothing that feels like original anymore. It's all already been done. Dude, what the fuck? Where do I go? Like, nothing has really, yeah, pulled me in as well as those anime. I think, like I said, one of the big things was character design and world building that has just never been replicated as well.
この部屋をくまなく探したか。それにしてもこの屋敷、まさかとは思うが、この部屋をくまなく探したか。
What?
この部屋をくまなく探した。
It's a puzzle? Is there a secret wall? Orb. I watched like half of the first episode and then I forgot about it. But yeah, like Black Clover didn't really hook me either, but I guess I didn't give it long enough. But again, like I felt like I remember watching Black Clover and again just immediately feeling like I've seen this before, because it was just, it felt like a mix of like Bleach and Fairy Tail and, you know, just something I've already seen. So I just didn't care. Like it wasn't gonna have like a lasting impact on me like those shows had originally. Okay, what is the puzzle here? Is there like an illusory wall? Yeah, I didn't like Asta as a main character. And I don't know, something about Black Clover just felt kind of tacky to me. Like it just wasn't as high quality, you know? Just nothing hooks me the same way. Like Attack on Titan, for example, is another really good one where nothing has really hooked me the same way. Like, such a unique story and setting that just had me in a fucking chokehold. What the fuck is this?
この部屋をくまなく探し
Well, that's not a very helpful bit of dialogue, you know? Okay. How do I... Yeah, I really enjoyed the 1980s Berserk. I don't understand what I'm supposed to do here. I think this is a main mission. I mean, what's on the... this thing on the map here? These weird green lines. I'm so confused. It's like a puzzle. Oh. What do I do? Bruh. What fucking language is that? Crackhead. He's gone. Oh, I don't know how far I am. A few regions in. Yeah, something like that. Oh, good. Huh? Dude, it takes so long to buff in this game. Oh my god, I got poisoned. Are you kidding me? Takes ages to heal and to buff. The actual, like, buff and heal should occur, like, earlier in the animation. For some reason, they occur at the very end, which is kind of silly, you know? Like, you can just have, like, a recovery animation to if you want to punish me. I think it's stupid, like, it doesn't actually proc until right at the end. Where was that ladder? He said, what? Whoa, damage. Ah. What? What a waste of resources. He said, Eggy Forgo Ajto Ahanzoban. Yeah, that's a made up language. I said, when I said that out loud, the fucking furniture started floating in my gaming room. Ancient demon language. Oh, fuck off. You're not gonna let me buff, are you? Look how long it takes to buff. Fuck me. Oh, you're so annoying. What are we in the fucking Hayabusa village? Hmm. The fuck? In the fucking Infinity Castle? Oh. We're literally in the Infinity Castle. You love Neo. Get Neo 3. I actually love that feature where you can like save yourself from falling. Was that real life? Dude, when I broke that folding screen, like thunder just rumbled the whole house like really loud, and I was like, I thought it was in game. I don't know if that was in game. Like, I was like, Jesus, what fucking god did I just piss off? It looked like a. It was it? I don't know. It sounded like a real life. That's what I'm asking. I thought it was in game at first. It must have been in game if you guys heard it. That timing has to, like, was too perfect. I mean, why is there a folding screen and nothing else in this room? Scared the shit out of me. Played the demo and you liked it a lot. Oh yeah. I didn't get to play the demo because I don't have a PS5, but I'm looking forward to it. Oh yeah, I definitely triggered something. Oops. Someone remind me to buy ammo next time I'm in the world map. I forget every single time. I hate that you can only buy it in the world map. That's stupid. Oops. I forgot about that. I want the loot! I will show you. It's a goddamn maze in here. We need to find Muzan. Oh shit. Don't piss off the wall. Hey. Ah, good soup. Oh shit, Gamakichi.
じゃがわしの前を黙って通すわけにはい
This is a cool level. I love Ninja Toads. Ah! Damn, that AoE is crazy. Oh, he can do that too. Probably don't use fire on the fire toad. He just bitch slapped me. Oh, he's got paralysis too? Fuck. Yeah, I can't burn this bitch. GG. Okay, that is a bullshit hitbox and you know it. Dude, fuck that attack. Okay, like, I gotta roll from it. Got an insane hitbox. Maybe don't use fire. Now I've lost my fucking souls. Is there an item to recover my shit? Thanks. If you're there, catch me when you fall. Fill me up and turn me down. Run a dagger through my chest. I believe it's for the best. Mizu, Mizu.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
Hi, welcome to Chili's. Thanks for the follow. Run a dagger through my chest. I believe it's for the best. Oh, Izuku! Izuku Midoriya. Midoriya Izuku. Deku. Where the fuck is the boss again? Wait. Why is there no shortcut to the boss? Alright, you can fuck off. At least we have that hot spring. Don't know why you weren't following. That's all good, brother. Oi, don't disturb my bath. Look at these guys just chilling. I wish you a very take a bath. What's the purpose of those green crystals in this mission? Do they weaken the boss? Oh shit, I probably should have buffed before I went in. Wait. Oh, I was saved by the scroll. Okay. You villain. Have you ever heard these words? Go beyond! plus. Oh, the ta-da! I am here. Yeah. My son, take a bow. 07. Oh, he's a cutie. Can't I have him as my pet?
化けて出てまで説教か。親父殿も変わらんもんよ。
They always make you feel bad for killing the fucking animals in this game. It's Gamakichi. I named my Greninja Gamakichi in Pokemon X and Y. Greninja's my favorite Pokemon. He's the goat. I love Ninja Toads. I always love Gamakichi as well. Name the top 10 anime entrances. Naruto Sage Mode is number 1, probably. No, one of my favorite like anime entrances is Todo in JJK. That's so like just straight aura farming in season 2. I've seen so many memes from that. Oh yes. Oh shit. So many of these. Buy ammo. Irashai. Skull Knight Eclipse entrance. Oh yeah. I've seen a lot of memes from that too. Sitting in the backseat. What the fuck? Oh, right. The reward is actually unlocking the scrolls. I don't know why it doesn't show that in the reward. They make it look like the reward is pointless. Like, oh, you got a fucking emote. But you actually unlock more skills. That's why I didn't do it last time, because I was like, what the fuck's the point? But... yeah. Both Pain and Naruto had sick entrances. Using Shuriken feels too tacky in this, it's like... so slow.
この程度の怪我造作もない。
What's your favorite Dragon Ball Z opener?
どうしたしっかりせい
Like, Omyo magic is really strong, right? I feel like ninjutsu isn't as useful offensively. Oh, he's dying to poison. Oh, the poison ran out. You fucking kidding. Vegeta, yeah. Vegeta's my favorite DBZ character. I wish they didn't do him so dirty all the time, you know? Like, they always make him lose. And then, like, Goku takes the dub. Like, Vegeta vs fucking Golden Frieza is so sick. I hate how he just gets, like, done dirty, though. That's one thing that DBZ always struggled with, was, like, really giving the other characters a spotlight. Like, it always comes back to Goku saving the day. Yeah. Like, for example, it was so fucking cool when Gohan surpassed everyone. You know? Like, why don't they have more of that? But eventually he just becomes another shit cunt. You know what I mean? Like, when Gohan had to win against Cell, that was fucking sick. Yeah, I know. Still. You know, many other anime did well with, like, giving the other characters the spotlight, you know? Every anime's transformation slop. When it comes down to it. Every shonen anime. But that shit was like sick as fucking Dragon Ball Z, and it still is. Like, it's just so fucking cool, man. It's just peak. Watching a guy just scream and transform. So simple, but entertains the boys. Like, when you're a kid, you thought you could, if you screamed loud enough, pumped that testosterone, you could transform to a Super Saiyan. For real, like, Goku's dub voice actor is incredible. Yeah, do you remember that clip? I remember, like, in, like, OG YouTube times, there was that clip of the kid just screaming, like, trying to go like, he truly believed, like, he was delusional, like, he believed that he was a Super Saiyan, and he was, like, trying to prove it. And someone, like, edited it, you know, like, actually putting the special effects in. Gotta respect it. Why can't I do this? Oh, I need... Okay. Jalen, I love it. There's definitely thunder going on outside. Storm's hitting. Doesn't he say at the end, like, my name is Jalen, and I am a Super Saiyan? Yeah. Peak. That's peak YouTube times. Did anyone watch the Cringe Awards today? I kept seeing clips of like just cringy jokes being told. I didn't watch it obviously because I don't give a fuck about it, but it was so funny. Like, it was so funny, like seeing some of the clips of like this really bad jokes being told. Obviously, production was in shambles for that show. They didn't know what the fuck they were doing. That show was an absolute joke. Surely it's never gonna be done again after this year. I'm surprised they even went forward with it this year, after all the cutie drama. Of course not. It's just a show to circle jerk her group of friends. Bucket helmet over their eyes to bow down for the rest of their life. I fucking love these plankton core. They all go incredibly hard. Okay, I hate these guys. Bam, bam, bam. What happened to my home? It's not the place I know. A pineapple is gray, and Gary ran away again. Was Barnacle Boy and Mermaid Man because I had this bucket helmet over our eyes. I don't want to live like this for the rest of my life. It's breaking like the waves tonight. What's real and what's fake will be left up to fate. No love, no truth, no lies. This neon tide. And the light falls out. Don't you be surprised. You're the demand, so I'll supply the neon tide. What's your final wish? You chose convenience over Neptune's gift. Clap, clap, clap. Time is up. The neon tide is here to call your bluff. What's real and what's fake will be left up to fate. No lie, no truth, no. How did Aguin speedrun the year? Yeah, that's what I thought. He hasn't speedrun in like at least 3 years or something. It's funny. I mean, like, all of those rewards... all of the awards don't really make sense. Like, I mean, the titles of them. Like, half the people nominated for their categories don't even, like, really participate that much in their categories, from what I saw. Yo, what a banger. I fucking love Cyberpunk. Let's Delta, V. Oh! Why do I even bother trying to dodge? This fucking Lickitung. Chainsaw Man also trying to float? Wait, what? What do you mean? Oh, it's cold. Boy, what? Yeah. Dude, Boy, what is really talented. What's up, Hoffman? Playing Hollow Knight. Pick up your cats from the shelter. Oh, nice. Yeah, how's Hollow Knight going? I'm doing good. I'm still recovering from surgery, so I'm tired all the time. Just watching a bunch of anime. Living the dream. I love binge watching some anime. Uh, we should level up body more. Hmm. Play different game every time you die or beat a boss. Really? Huh. I couldn't. I just like to hyper focus on one thing. I couldn't do that. I feel like I wouldn't really progress that far. With each, I like need to master one thing. Yeah, true. Pretty cool though. Oh shit. I need more ninjutsu, I guess. Yeah, that's fair. If you like switching up games, you do you. Yeah, I tend to just stick to one thing. Don't really like juggling multiple things. Come on, come on. Who you are. Come on, come on. Arms around me, arms around me. There's some light armor. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tonfas are good. I use them for a bit. Good against enemies that guard you and stuff. Thank you for the kind words, Illumination. I only just put that in my About Me the other day. Perhaps it'll be updated in time. It's not enough slots for how many things I have. That's what I said the other day, like, I don't really watch movies, so you can see that in my pop movies and shit. Pokemon movies are goated. No shame in that. Widely considered the GOAT. Ooh. Ah. Alright, you're dead. Where are you going? I don't know why he tried to go upstairs. His AI must have bugged. What's Grandma's Boy? Is that a movie? If you want to go to a movie guy, go to CBD. He's a slut for movies. Well, Pokemon are movies too. Pokemon movies are movies. And I actually much prefer like the Pokemon movies over the actual anime. I mean, like I love the anime, but the movies are goated. I rewatched them so many times. As a kid. But those aren't my favorite movies. Just a weird take. Movie is a movie, dude. Well, it doesn't matter if it's in a theater or not. It's a movie if it's a movie in a movie format. Holy shit, light armor is not the go in this game. Maybe in Neo 2. But I just got one shot by a fucking spider. Uh... Yeah, I need more key. Burn it down, fucking burn it down. Hell yeah, I love Tengu Mouse. Hey, what's up, Oro? Going good, man. How are you? I'm on my 6-week break from work. I just had hernia surgery, so I'm pretty tired all the time. But I'm keen for my holidays. How are you, dude? I'm not a huge fan of Night Rain, to be honest. Nor would I kind of find it difficult to like line up time slots with my friends. So I don't know, I just like playing single player games, you know. I've got so much. I've got such a big backlog of games. How are you finding the Night Rain DLC anyway? Thanks, man. It went smoothly, so I'm just glad to be taking a lot of time off this year. Enjoying playing with randoms. You're sick? I think it's pretty good, but a few disappointments. No DLC weapons. Yeah, from what I read, it looks pretty lackluster. I mean, I don't know. Overall, like, I'm really disappointed with Night Rain not being a lot more ambitious. Like, I reckon that game has a lot of potential to be so much more. You know, if they put in a lot more, like, randomization in it, I'm sure modders could do a much better job. Your biggest problem, yeah. And like even like in the DLC, it's evident they're really not putting in a lot of effort into that game. Not a good look for FromSoft. Not gonna lie. Not a huge fan with this direction they're taking their games. When they used to take so much care in their games before. Making it the best possible experience. Yeah, like it's so weird because that game is clearly inspired by modders, right? It's inspired by the randomizer mod, yet it completely fails to even come close to being as good as a randomizer mod. You know what I'm saying? It completely lacks the randomization element. Like, I played Night Rain base game, and by the time I got to the last couple of Night Lords, like, it felt like I'd already played the same match multiple times over. In fact, we even got like the same seed multiple times, or what felt like the exact same seed, with the exact same boss. You know, the boss. The bosses, and the same spawn point and everything. Like, I was like, haven't we done this? It's like it gets old very quickly. Whereas, like, you could play a randomizer mod for years and it, like, have a completely different experience every single time. With even, like, randomized trash mobs walking around the world. It's so much more thrilling and exciting. Whereas Night Rain will get boring very quickly. And it'll become, like... You can play it with your eyes closed. Because you know exactly what you're doing every time. You're not using your brain. Where the fuck do I go? I did like Elden Ring. I just not it's not like a long-term game for me. Like I don't hate Elden Ring. Dude, like I did fucking World's First No Damage on that game. Like I played it a lot, but I just got burnt out on it very quickly. It's not a game I could stream long term. Only a few seeds, so you see the same ones over and over. Yeah. You wish you randomized them harder in the depths. Yeah, I didn't even come back for the depths either. I just have no real desire to return to that game. What did the depths even really add? Like, I heard it just gets progressively harder or something. I don't even know how it works. New players get used to the basic seeds. Yeah, I mean, again, it feels like... This is my problem overall, or like one of my huge problems is it does feel like it's catered towards more casual players. Because can you imagine if they did an actual like hardcore randomizer like from, you know, from the actual base game of Elden Ring, where like you fucking spawn into Limgrave and you see the fucking fire giant just walking around, like, and you'd get annihilated. Of course, like, that'd scare away a lot of new players. But can you also imagine the possibilities if they added in bosses from various titles, from Dark Souls 1 to 3, for example? If they added in entire rosters from those games, how much more ambitious Night Rain could have been? You know? Like, you just saw fucking Gale, like, walking around, like, you know, the Twin Princes, the Abyss Watchers, I don't know, Vort, like that, it could have been so much more, but they had, what, like 4 returning bosses or something, I don't know. Especially the way they marketed that game, I felt a bit baited. They totally marketed it like it was going to be this huge crossover between all the titles. That was a goddamn lie. That's something that I'm still dirty about, actually. That's what I'm saying, like... It felt like Night Rain was... I know everyone says this, but it truly... Night Rain to me is a money milker. And there's no two ways about it. Even like the marketing for it was just bait. Like what we actually got... I truly believe that. And that is like, you know, Bandai and possibly, I don't know, Sony investors are the cause behind the... Which is why I'm very concerned about the trajectory of From Software games. No! Cunt. Again, I died to the same shit. Why does he do so much damage? I changed to heavy armor, or medium armor. And he still destroys me. At increased HP and damage, players get 3 extra special relic slots. Okay. Such a missed opportunity to add in all the old bosses. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I would have enjoyed that game quite a lot, actually, if they were more ambitious. Like, it has a lot of potential. But it just doesn't have the meat, man. It just... They're not trying. They're not even trying to make that game good. And the thing that pisses me off the most is that there's so many From Software apologists these days that will eat that shit up and be like, oh, this is peak. And then if you ever try to criticize it, you get fucking shat on by this, like, new wave of FromSoft fans that won't even take healthy criticism. That's what pisses me off. Like, I've been playing Dark Souls since 2013, and I find modern fans insufferable. Like, and because of that, like, they're gonna continue making slop like that. We're gonna see more of this in the future, because it was clearly successful. Yeah, I will gladly gatekeep. I will die on this hill. Because I care. Like, I'm not doing this out of hate, I'm doing this because I really care. Because it's one of my favorite series of all time. I mean, look at my list of, like, runs I've done for these games. Like, I have the hours in these games, I feel like, to have a say. But it's just completely silenced by the mainstream. What is my objective, even? Is there anything more than human? Just kill everything. Yeah, I get it's like a side project, but I don't know. To me, it's clear that it's more than that. It feels like it's almost like a experimentation to see what like how much people are actually gonna eat this shit up and accept it. And guess what? It's successful. And look, they've already got fucking Dustplugs lined up as their next game, which means they're gonna make more of that stuff. And they will make more of it in the future. I don't think this is a one-off. I think this is a clear shift in their game design focus. It has nothing to do with Night Rain, but it's a similar kind of game. I know, like, they already, like, announced Dustbloods before they even released Night Rain, but I don't know, man. 2 multiplayer games back to back. What are you doing, man? Like, clearly to appease a certain audience or Nintendo or whoever it is. You know, like it used to feel like they made games just like very thoughtfully, very thought out games. They didn't really care about making it accessible or whatever. They just made what they want to make. Or maybe they do want to make a game like Night Rain, but I don't know. It doesn't feel right to me. It doesn't feel like there's soul in that game. That's my problem. Just doesn't feel right. Like I said before, it's like they're not even trying. I like the multiplayer aspect of stuff too. I mean, like, I did a lot of PvP and stuff. I liked co-oping with my friends. But I don't think it should be the primary focus. I mean, and if it is the primary focus, why isn't it better? Like, it has the bare minimum for a multiplayer focused game. And it doesn't even have, like, crossplay and shit. It just feels like very minimal effort in every single realm. I don't feel the same passion in it that I've felt in previous titles. Where the fuck do I go? Holy shit. Alright, the spider that killed me. Is he gonna kill me through a third time? Yeah, I'm sure you're gonna love Dustbloods as you're a big slut for PvP, or like, I love PvP as well. Except I haven't done it since like DS3. I actually didn't even touch PvP in Elden Ring. And like, one of the reasons I didn't really get into PvP in Elden Ring is because it was never like forced on me, and I was really disappointed that Elden Ring didn't have invasions, you know, like when you're playing single player, unless you opted into it. I don't know. Again, I really wasn't a fan of that change. Because I actually loved that in, you know, in Dark Souls. One of my favorite parts of Dark Souls was getting invaded. That was actually one of my hugest disappointments that I remember, like, when I found out, you know, reading information. Do not die to this fucking spider for a third time, please. No! I was on the wrong menu. Yeah, when I found out, like, they removed single player invasions, I was actually livid. Because some of my greatest memories in Dark Souls, and one of the core reasons I fell in love with the game was, like, my first playthroughs of, you know, DS1, 2, and 3, getting invaded, like, or, like, just the constant, like, suspension of, like, am I gonna get invaded, added so much tension to the already, like, incredible atmosphere. And that was missing from Elden Ring. And again, like, some of my greatest memories were just random invaders. And the beauty of it was, like, they weren't always just trying to kill you, like, they would just be... Dude, like, I met some of my great online friends through PvP. Like, just through random invasions, like, on DS3 and stuff. This one guy, like, kept invading me throughout, like, my entire, like, first playthrough of DS3 back in 2016. And we ended up, like, just meeting at Fight Club one day, and we became, like, besties. And we ended up, like, playing Destiny together and shit. And he joined my clan. And I'm still friends with him today, like... I never had that in Elden Ring. And I know that you could opt into it, but it was the fact that you had to opt into it completely, like, removed the, what's the word? I don't know. I can't think of the term, like, the appeal. It completely removed the appeal of invasions for me. Like, why would I opt into an invasions? That's the literal definition of invasion, is someone, you know, like, invading my world, against my will. Of course I'm not gonna opt into that. Who would do that? And then you just... It kind of ruins the whole, like, suspense, because the people getting invaded now are expecting it. So you know they're gonna be like a... They're gonna be, like, waiting for you, you know? It's not an invasion anymore. It takes away the fun of it. But yeah, like, I actually loved being invaded, like... Not only invading, but actually being invaded. Now this is I know this is like a big... There's a big divide in the Souls community about this, where actually I think the majority of people don't like being invaded. Especially the more casual players. But for me, that was part of Dark Souls' identity. Like, it was well known for that. And that was completely removed in Elden Ring. So that was huge for me. A lot of people were cheering about it, but that sucked. Oh, good. And that completely removed, like, one of the main multiplayer features of the game for me. As, you know, I always play through solo. So now that there's no solo invasions, the game was completely single player. I wasn't going to summon anyone. So then, because of that, I then had no further urge to even want to participate in PvP. Because I hadn't had a taste of it yet, so I felt no desire to even want to go to Fight Club or anything. Which kind of sucked. Because it was my favorite part of DS3. In fact, I always return to DS3 over the years purely for the PvP. Dude, I have no heals. I'm gonna... I don't know where to go. I guess I've got to use one of these spinny walls. Like, again, like, I think, like, the multiplayer... I actually love the multiplayer aspect of Souls. I love PvP, I like co-oping with my buddies. I like playing Night Rain with my friends is really fun. That's the funnest part, actually. I really enjoy that. But, is there something I'll play long-term? No, because the game design, man, like I'm saying, like, it doesn't have, like, a sustainable game design where I can see myself playing it for years. Because it's the same shit, and it lacks the randomness. The random element of a game that is supposed to be random. The very thing it's designed to be. Which is where my disappointment lies. And do I want to play it single player? Hell no, because the game is designed to be multiplayer. Like, sure, you can play it solo, but that's not the way it was originally intended to be played. I'll take my single-player Souls games any day. Where I can play it at my own pace, because that was the beauty of these games. I really like that Tengu mask. I'm sure Dustbloods will be fun for a while, though. Who knows, maybe I'll play it. I gotta Switch too. Yeah, have a good one, Ari. Thanks for popping in, dude. Thanks for the good luck. Black hole. I love DS2 PvP. I know that's. I mean, like that would have totally helped with sales. Again, it's me gatekeeping again, and it's part of like one of the original things I loved about Dark Souls and its identity. One of the niche things I loved was the solo invasions. So yes, I will die on that hill. It's one of the major parts of the game that made me fall in love with it. Because it was so unique. There was nothing like invasions back then. No other game had anything like that. As far as I knew. I know of a lot of games that were inspired by the invasion system. It made me fall in love with PvP in Souls. It's one of the many things that was changed in Elden Ring. You know, one of the sacrifices they had to make in order to... Not only for the open world game design, but to make the game more accessible. And usually making a game more accessible means watering it down and removing things that already existed in the game. Which is always going to piss off OG fans. They changed something that they love. Oh my lord, I'm doing... Added opt-in invasions. Jesus. Yeah. I wonder how alive Elden Ring PvP is now. Because I remember saying, like... Removing single-player invasions is gonna kill PvP. And it did for me. Like I said, I didn't even touch PvP because of it. Like... And one of the reasons for that is... And why I said that is because, like, single-player invasions give people a taste of PvP, and that's how you get someone hooked. That's how I got hooked, because, like, the feeling I got when I was able to actually, like, defend myself and kill invaders was so... Like, the dopamine hit was crazy. You know what I mean? Like, at first you'll get invaded in Dark Souls when you're a noob, and you get killed, and you'll always die, and you'll lose. Like, you lose your souls. But then you get better at the game. And you're like, hang on, like, let me try out PvP. And you actually, like, get good at it. And then you just start slaughtering invaders. And it's, like, the biggest dopamine hit. Like, by the time DS3 came out, and, like, I was a Souls veteran, I specifically remember my first playthrough of DS3, and, like, going through Undead Settlement, I literally got invaded, like, 10 times. Going from, like, the first bonfire, like, to the second. Like, just one after another. And I killed every single invader. Like, no sweat. Because they were, obviously, like, this was their first Dark Souls game. And, like, just the thrill I got from that was awesome. I felt like a god. Yeah, I knew that was death. Fuck's sake. Fucking Neo. And their water textures make it so difficult for depth perception. Devs are trolling. Yeah, again, like I really haven't felt that thrill with many other games. So yeah, Dark Souls was able to capture me in both. Oh, I haven't seen a wheel monk in ages. Both in PvP and PvE. Like it was a huge part of the game for me. That's why I said like one of the reasons I was so disappointed with Sekiro when it was first announced was because there was no multiplayer. And I knew there was going to be no PvP, which was a huge part of why I still played DS3. You know, before I was a streamer. I would always return just for Fight Club. And I even thought like I'd get into Elden Ring PvP, but as soon as I found out there was no solo invasions, I literally lost all, like, desire to even want to try it. Because, you know, obviously I never got invaded throughout my entire 100-hour first playthrough, so I didn't even think about PvP. I just, like, forgot about it. Like, why would I go and, like, opt into it, you know? I didn't even know, like, where Fight Club was or anything like that. I didn't really invade that much. Like I said, like, my favorite thing was getting invaded. In fact, like, and that was, it stems from the embed system. And I really like the embed system as well. I was also disappointed that that wasn't, returning. Because I actually really like that system. You know, like, you would ember, or you'd automatically get embered when you kill a boss in DS3. And so, that allowed you to summon. So the benefit of being embered was you could summon, you had more health, but you could be invaded. That was really cool to me. And so you could catch people like going through their playthroughs. Maybe they'd just killed the boss, so they were embered. Maybe they were summoning friends. It really kept the PvP alive for years. And like, I never really invaded. Like, I never invaded, really. I remember I only invaded to, like, level up my covenants and shit for the achievements. I just loved being invaded. And if I wanted to do PvP, I'd just go to Fight Club. Oh! Try one of these. Ooh, oh shit, yeah, that deleted him. I liked having fair fights. I was very big on PvP etiquette. Having duels and shit. But yeah, even like, I don't know, Elden Ring, I don't know, I just had no desire to even want to try PvP. A lot of it was just, especially early on, was Rivers of Blood spam from what I saw. Or just, you know, spamming Ashes of War and shit. Yeah, like weapon arts weren't really the primary thing in DS3. Like you'd mostly be using everything else in your arsenal. But Elden Ring is very Ashes of War spam. Jump attacks and Ash of War spam. And also, like, another thing is, I really enjoyed, again, going back to atmosphere and like level design. I think invading people, you know, in the dungeons, which, you know, are now like legacy dungeons in Elden Ring, was really fun, especially if you had like good map knowledge. The way you could fuck with people and use the environment to your advantage was really cool. I feel like you can't do that as much in Elden Ring. Especially like if it's in the open world or whatever. Just this big open flat area where people can get lost easily or hide easily. And eventually just time out or whatever. This game... Fuck, man. Devs are trolling. I need to go to bed soon. I gotta be up early. Fuck's sake. They good my souls. So annoying when you just fucking get trolled by the devs like that. And lose your souls. Where do I go? Forget. Oh, wow. That kills me? What is this insane damage from the grabs? It's ridiculous. This game is so unbalanced. The fuck is that, man? Okay. And I just got rid of my antidote. If I get trolled by the devs again on this mission, I swear to God. I've been here. Oh. I see. What's up, Axel? I enjoy Lies of P less now as well. Like, especially like returning to it for the DLC. I was like, what the f like after playing like Kazan and stuff. And Neo too. I was like, holy shit. This game has issues. But I can see why it's beloved by Souls fans. Because it's like, it feels like way more accessible. And it's more simple and straightforward. And it does like presentation pretty good. Atmosphere. Music. Very like clean looking. You know, it's got that Bloodborne gothic aesthetic. But gameplay is not amazing. Which is like, that's like the most important thing to me. Where do I go? Lies of P just feels so clunky, man. Especially like coming back from other games. It's so slow and clunky. I just, ugh. Oh my god, fuck these guys. It is still it's still a solid game, but it is really below like everything else in terms of gameplay. But I think if like yeah, all those other things I mentioned are important to you, like presentation, and that it could be like your favorite game, like if you like that more simple shit. But it is not a like it is clearly not a From Software level game. Holy shit, tree shortcut. My beloved. It's no Team Ninja game or From Software game. Like that game clearly needs polishing. I remember I constantly was thinking that, like, man, if they just polish this a bit more, it could be really good. And then for some reason, I just thought, like, in the DLC, like, we would see that, like, a more polished game, but obviously, it's just DLC. So it's just more of the same. And actually, I feel like the DLC brought out the worst in Lies of P, you know? Like, the cracks formed even more, if that makes sense. Like, you could see what was wrong with the combat even more. And it was just more frustrating. And on top of that, I really hated the level design of the DLC. It felt lazy. Uninspired. I know there was difficulty options, but it's not that it was difficult, it was just, like, badly designed. Like, completely unbalanced, too. I always will prefer if there's not difficulty options. So, some things were, like, overtuned. I felt like it just didn't flow very well. I don't know. Like, that's a really important thing to me, is flow. And Lies of P did not have good flow. It was a very... For a parry game, it is very, like, slow and methodical. But it took, like, a lot of trial and error to... like, to master the bosses in that game. It took a lot of just fucking, like, face tanking the boss and dying and learning, like, oh, how many R1s can I get in between parries? But it didn't feel, like, very responsive, you know, in the first playthrough. Especially with all the Elden Ring delayed attacks and stuff. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, it's shallow water. Fix your water textures, Team Ninja. Shallow water doesn't look shallow. Oh shit, is this the main path? I don't think so.
ここまで鬼が。あそこへは何者も踏み入れさせてはならぬ。
Yeah, Kazan did combat so well, for the most part. A lot better than Liza P. With the parry-based combat. That was some good gameplay. Level design was not great though. See, it was like the complete opposite of Liza P. Like, it got the combat down. But it lacked the... You know, the atmosphere and the level design, well, mostly like atmosphere, and just had that real gripping, like, oh shit, like, you know, like Liza P does look really good in that regard. Like, you're curious about the world and stuff. And it's like a semi-open world, right? Kazan is mission-based, and a lot of Souls fans aren't into that. Where it's more like Neo, like, with Diablo loot. Some people just really aren't into that. I liked it as a Neo fan. But there definitely were some missions where it dragged on way too long. Too corridory. Yeah, like not very memorable locations in Kazan. And yeah, Kazan is just too long, I feel like. I really like, it's not a game I feel like replaying the entirety of. Because it takes too long. Like, I didn't really want to do like Deathless or anything, or Hitless, because it's just too long. Like, I did my no healing run, which was like one repeat playthrough, where it was a more casual, like, not like a reset heavy run. Fuck off. "45 minutes, yeah. It's just a lot of running sections. Two hours and 40 minutes, that's ridiculous. But yeah, more and more, I just look back to Sekiro and realize like how good we had it with that game. In terms of like the length of the game and the, like the level design, the atmosphere, all of that, the combat, it is actually like the perfect fucking speed game. That's why I dumped 8,000 hours into it and played it for 5 years. It's so replayable. For my ADHD brain. Ah. And even like now, you know, there's still like I never felt like I truly mastered the game. I was still constantly learning in Sekiro, and there's still tech being discovered now. And I find the tech in that game really interesting. And a lot of it is very like skill, you know, high skill ceiling. That's what I love about it. Like you can tell straight away a player who is a pro at Sekiro and a player who's a noob. There's a lot of stuff you can do. But at the same time, it's simple and straightforward enough to also introduce new players to the game. Like, what's the word? What's the term for that? Like high skill ceiling, but also low entry level, you know? Anyone can pick up and play the game. I mean, it scares off a lot of people, but beautiful game if you give it a chance, you know? Low skill floor. I mean, like, it's not easy by any means, but like anyone can pick up and play. I truly believe anyone can pick up and play and finish that game if they just put their mind to it. Like it's different to most games, but if you actually like put in the time to learn it, it's one of the most satisfying experiences you'll ever have. Where do I use this key? Same amount of bosses in Neo 2 in 25 minutes. Damn. Yeah, you can get through Neo pretty quick. Just doing the main missions. They don't really have like huge running sessions. They're just very like mazy. Corridory. I spend so much time lost in this fucking game. Especially if I'm like monologuing to chat and like half paying attention to what I'm doing. On a first playthrough. And like Sekiro's the same, like, you know, like on the first playthrough it can take you many hours to get through the game. And I constantly get comments on my YouTube speedrun world record videos of people like, oh man, took me like 10 hours to get where this guy got in 10 minutes. And yeah, you replay Sekiro and you realize how quickly you can actually beat that game. It's crazy. Like, especially Shura, you can... Like, anyone can beat Shura in like 30 to 40 minutes. Easily. But that on a first playthrough could take dozens and dozens of hours. That actually, like, yeah, you realize like how good the level design is. Like, it's just very, it's densely packed with some meaty content, but at the same time has good flow. And even good choice, you know how it opens up at Ashina Castle. FromSoft are just masterclass at that. Except, you know, a lot of that level design was lost in Elden Ring. Going open world again, it's one of the, as I said earlier, sacrifices I had to make to pursue the open world. And it's what I want to see again in the future. Replayable games. Like just fast-paced, jump in, chuck me straight in the deep end, make me fight a boss. You know? Well, Souls does. Sekiro had like a more in-depth combat where like it's just fun to jump in and improve. And even years later, like I said, there's still so much to learn. Elden Ring is not a game where I'd want to replay and fucking ride across the huge open world for a combat system that is not engaging for my brain. Oh shit. He's using every fucking buff under the sun. True monk vibes. Corrupted monk. What are you doing, bitch? She's missing half her attacks. That was some fucking, like... Ooh. That reminded me of, like... What's her name? The wet nurse from Bloodborne. As well as, like, the corrupted monk. Sekiro has a lot to it, so it's more than just a rhythm game. That's obvious. It has way more depth than Dark Souls. Like, it's not like you're fucking playing Dance Dance Revolution, there's like RNG and everything still. Still far more in depth than fucking Elden Ring. Compared to Elden Ring, you press the B button in Elden Ring. Elden Ring tries to add the illusion of depth to the game by adding a jump button, which is absolutely and completely useless in the grand scheme of things. You can beat the entire game without even using the jump button. That's not true, actually. You can't just beat it with L1. Like, the game forces you to do sweep attacks, or you're just gonna die. You have to do head stomps. You can beat Sekiro, but it's not the conventional way of doing it. Now, that's not the same as an Elden Ring, where in Elden Ring, the roll button is by far the most overpowered thing in the game. In fact, in many cases, I'd say 99% of cases, it is more beneficial and conventional to roll than to do a jump. Like, you can roll everything in Elden Ring, and in fact you should, but in Sekiro, when they do a sweep attack or a thrust attack, should you press L1? No, you shouldn't, and in fact you won't. Unless you're doing a challenge run. Silly argument. You can beat Neo games without it, but will you? Probably not. Like it's obvious that people who play this game are going to engage with the mechanics of the game. It's a different thing. In Neo, the game forces you to engage with the mechanics. In Sekiro, the game forces you to engage with the mechanics. In Elden Ring, the game does not force you to engage with the mechanics because it lacks depth. It is designed to be played by casuals, and that is why it is as successful as it is. Because it's simple. It's the very reason Neo and Sekiro are niche, because people can't get into it because they lack the depth. They lack the ability to learn the depth of the game that forces them to learn it. Elden Ring has a lot of variety, but it doesn't have the depth, and that's one of my major issues with it. Elden Ring has so many fucking items and Ashes of War, and I use hardly a fraction of them in my entire playthrough because the game doesn't force me to or encourage me to. Encourage would be the better term. Elden Ring doesn't give me that dopamine hit I get that like Sekiro or Neo does when I engage with the game's mechanics. Nothing is as satisfying. I feel nothing. But press the B button. Now, I'm sure everyone can agree that, like, in Sekiro, when you're first learning it, and you learn how to do head stumps, and you learn how to do Makiri counters, and you learn how to dance with the boss, it is by far, like, way more, like, dopamine-inducing than Elden Ring. I never felt... Dude, I did not feel anything playing fucking Elden Ring. Seriously. Like, even beating, like, Malenia. I never felt like this great sense of triumph or achievement, or like I actually improved as a player. When you get stronger in Elden Ring, it's a byproduct of leveling up your character and getting a bullshit OP build. There's never the sense of, wow, I'm actually getting stronger. It's an illusion. That's why it's not replayable, or as satisfying. Oh, I need to go to bed. I gotta be up early tomorrow. I gotta go to the hospital to get my dressings removed and shit. I could finally be free. Yeah, I gotta wake up in like 6 hours. Good fun.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ. Jump scared by the front page. Wait. How do you mute tabs in... Okay. Immortal. She whiffs most of her attacks, yeah, I realize it. Um... DS3 is better than EO. DS3 is the best FromSoft game. It's the perfect Dark Souls game. Mm, 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 mm. Immortal. Yeah, it's another thing. Like crouching is not a conventional way of playing the game, and like literally no one does that. Like no one understands hitboxes. No one sat there and fucking cheat engine and looked at the actual visual hitboxes. Like literally, like again, you're going through the entire game and you're never gonna crouch. You're never gonna crouch under an attack. Like it's just not happening. And like it's a style thing. Like nor is it very again conventional. Like you're just gonna roll. Like why should I crouch under a fucking attack? It's not like a major thing like where it's like a Makiri counter or a head stomp or whatever. Like a major part of the combat. And then they fucking removed crouching from Night Rain as well. Like it's not even supposed to be part of the combat. Lying in between the memories. What's up, Fishy? Thank you. Play the character to max by grinding because the gameplay is engaging. You don't get free levels each NG like in DS3. Yeah, and see, like, I mean, Elden Ring, like, by design, Elden Ring is very easy to like soul farm and like level boost and look up guides and go and get like your build set before you even play the game. That's another huge issue I have with it. It's an issue like in modern gaming in general. Everyone's looking up video game guides. Everyone, like, you know, most people coming into Elden Ring are going to look up guides. Then they're going to just destroy the bosses and not really play the game or engage with the game or the move sets that they've made. Like, the sense of accomplishment, it just goes out the window at that point. Whereas Sekiro forces you to actually get that sense of accomplishment. Like, it throws you in the deep end. Elden Ring allows you to take the path of least resistance. I don't like that. Joking me in. Sekiro just has very unique combat too, like, and it's something other games still haven't been able to fucking replicate. Like, it's not just the parrying in Sekiro, it's like the sword clashing and everything. It's done so well. And again, back to what I was saying before, the game just flows, you know? Most games don't flow. Like, you're not engaging or dancing with the boss, you're just fucking waiting. You know? That was like the biggest disconnect when Elden Ring came out. Like coming from someone who's played Sekiro for 3 years at that point. Yeah, like the lack of engagement. I know I keep using this term engagement, but it's truly like what it is. I'm not dancing with the boss anymore. I'm not like getting these adrenaline rushes. I'm just fucking bored. When the boss is playing a different game to me, he's not dancing with me. Now, with the Souls combat, like, you know, in Dark Souls 1 and 3 and even Bloodborne, you still had that sort of flow to it. Like, deeply thought out boss fights, especially boss fights that were designed for a one-on-one scenario. Elden Ring felt like it was designed to be, like, the boss feels like they're designed to be fighting the player plus the player's summons, like their ashes, and maybe other players, like just AoE spam, you know, long combo strings. They push that game to they push the Souls combat to the absolute limit in Elden Ring, basically. And it doesn't flow the same way as previous titles. I didn't get the, you know, it felt like I was actually dancing more in previous titles like DS3. I had the adrenaline rush still, I still had that sense of accomplishment. I did not feel that in Elden Ring. That was simply the case. When I beat the game, I felt nothing. But anyway, I'm reading Yoren. He's playing Kazan, as we were speaking of this game before. He actually speedruns this game quite a lot. He does challenge runs. I think he's done it like hitless or something. Or anyway, I'll be back tomorrow. Have a good one.